So Chapter 309 just dropped, and yeah, it basically confirmed we're getting a special training arc before the U20 World Cup. And let me tell you, this is about to be peak Blue Lock. That one teaser line where we saw the egoists reunite. A special training camp begins as they aim for the U20 World Cup was all it took to unlock 100 different theories. Because you just know Ego isn't bringing everyone back to run laps and stretch. But now that everything's clear with the newest chapter, we know for a fact that when Ego says special training, it means psychological warfare, survivor-style football game, and someone probably crying in the locker room by chapter 312. The man doesn't even believe in normal training anymore. He believes in chaos with results. Today, we'll be predicting everything that's going to happen in the arc, including a secret character revealed by the end, alongside a bunch of cool stuff you might just not want to miss out. So, the chapter kicks off with Isagi leaving his house all fired up, acting like he's headed to his dream college or something. I'm going to Blue Lock, the place of dreams. Bro, are we even talking about the same place? That's not a place of dreams. That's the place where 300 kids got ego checked into suffocation, and a place that got a bunch of people crying like crazy. But hey, he's hyped. And once he arrives, boom. All 23 Blue Lock players are already there. Shido alive, Yukimiya made it somehow, and Ego walks in like a final boss aura, farming instantly with his usual Ego speech. He's talking about forgetting history, ditching emotional bonds, and using new weapons to rewrite football. Like, bro didn't even say hello. He just started a TED talk about becoming a god and how he doesn't even care about the players there. So what's this special training really about? That's the million-dollar question. And the most realistic guess based on Blue Lock history is some kind of 5 versus 5 tournament-style battles like in the third selection. You divide the 23 players into 4 teams of 5, with the extra 3 acting as rotating subs. That alone already sounds fire, but it gets even better when you think about how Ego might structure it. What if he lets the top 4 egoists, Isagi, Rin, Shido, and Baru, pick their squads? Or even better, randomize it completely. Imagine Shido and Hiyori on the same team, or Nico feeding Isagi passes like they're besties now. Just crazy. Chemical reactions that no one saw coming will definitely happen somehow. Who knows? We might even see Shido teaming up with Baru or Corona with Shido. It sure will be interesting. The format would probably be randomized. Every team faces each other once, which is perfect for maximum storytelling. New combos, clashes, and awkward vibes when someone has to team up with a dude they insulted 5 chapters ago. Ego loves that stuff. He's watching from the stands with a smirk while half the roster goes through existential crises trying to pass to people they hate. Now, another route Ego could take that's more realistic and brand new is 1 versus 1 duels. Look, I don't think it works in football as much as other sports, but this is Blue Lock. Logic doesn't really apply here anymore. It's pure anime. You could totally have scenarios where one player attacks and the other defends. First to 3 goals wins. That kind of raw ego face-off. Imagine Rin versus Isagi, Baru versus Raichi. Yeah, it's not entirely fair, but that's the point. Ego isn't looking for balance. He wants to see who cracks under pressure and who levels up on the spot. Even if it's not the main format, I could see him using it as a warm-up test or a fast-track way to weed out the weaklings. But let's not forget, there's a bigger twist this time. Each player just completed 14 days of solo training during the break, and now we're starting to see the results and the insane backstories behind it. Like, bro, Sendu literally looks like he just came back from war. Dude's got the Call of Duty Warzone energy, and I wouldn't be surprised if his idea of training was doing push-ups with a rifle on his back while dodging bullets in a forest. And Yukimiya? This man was out here training his vision like he was about to enter a cursed anime world. Holding a knife to his own face, testing his focus, and eye strength. That's not training, that's a saw trap. They really went feral during break, and we're only scratching the surface. And what if Ego reveals those backstories during the training arc, one by one? Each challenge might be tied to what they learned or discovered in their private sessions, and we slowly uncover the wild things these players put themselves through to sharpen their weapons. I need a whole chapter on Hiyori's upgrade. I need to know if Karasu became an even bigger menace. I need to know what happened to Kunigami. Man's just been silent and angry for way too long. Also, plot twist. Ego might not do it alone this time. Hear me out. What if he brings in a new world-class player or coach to guide the team? Like a brand new character. Maybe even a new Gen 11 striker to show them what true international level Ego looks like. Someone who's not just a rival, but a walking blueprint for what Japan has to face in Nigeria, France, and England. Ego's wild, but he's not dumb. He knows he needs more tools to make this squad World Cup ready, and adding an outsider to mess with the Blue Lockers' heads would be peak writing. Imagine how triggered Rin would be if someone walked in and said, "You're still not good enough." Instant rage boost. Speaking about new player Blue Lock has been going crazy recently and revealed some insane characters, including the one who I'll be mentioning about later on in the video. But obviously the arc wouldn't be complete without the classic position switching 11 versus 11 match to end it all. Just just like in Team Z, but this time with full stakes. Igo splits the 23 players into 2 squads, forces them to rotate positions mid-match, and watches as strikers become defenders, midfielders become keepers. You might discover Isagi's actually cracked as a CDM, or Corona is secretly the best CB Japan has. Baru might have a mental breakdown trying to play fullback. These are all to understand the player's most strongest position for the upcoming lineup, and also something Igo lives for: unpredictable, uncomfortable, raw ego explosions. However, I don't think they would include this again since it was already shown too much previously, but anything could happen in Blue Lock as long as they make a few twists here and there. Also, don't even get me started on the World Cup group. Nigeria, France, England. That's not just group of death, that's the you better start praying group. And France being ranked #1 in the world, that means Loki, probably Kaiser, maybe even other new gen elites are waiting to wipe Japan off the pitch, which is why this training camp needs to be more than just drills and practice games. This is a transformation wildcard and something way better than what we saw from Kunigami. Igo isn't just trying to make a starting 11, he's trying to create a team that can take down gods, quite like the anti-France machine or more. Lastly, the surprise comeback of Iguri at the end of the chapter, that's the icing on the ego cake. Man walks up to Nagi at an arcade, finger guns him, and goes, "You're dead." Like, bro, you can't just respawn into the story like that. Dude should have been gone a long time ago, but hey, he's just there. Aura farming when he literally cried like a few chapters ago. But now that he's back, fully expect him to play a role in this arc too. Whether he joins as a player, a rival, or Igo's secret test subject, you don't bring back a character like Iguri unless he's about to stir the pot in a big way. Because I personally don't think he's a part of the Burasuda 3 since he's pretty much got no fame in the lore itself, but who knows, he is considered the manga artist's favorite character, so things might get a little unexpected here.